Mobile Tech RX, the app that helps you make more money.
Don't forget to grab your Magnatech mat, available at most PDR tool distributors.
Welcome to another episode of PDR Tool Time. Today's episode is 260. I'm John Renstrom alongside Daniel Grom and Mr. One and Only Vince D'Alessandro. Hudson Tansey is off somewhere, gallivanting around.
He's sick.
Yeah, well, I was going to say
he's got the sicky ickies.
Throwing a parade because he got electricity back.
Right.
What are you
guys doing?
I think he drank bad water.
Maybe.
Didn't they have boil effects in place?
Yeah, he did.
So
he did.
Yep. Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm doing good. How are you? How are you, John?
Dude, I'm so excited about this industry, man. I love our industry.
Are you?
You know, I get up in the morning and I swear to God, I can't wait to get to work. I don't know I'm going into 28 years for me, and I'm still excited about going to work. I like that.
Now, see, I can agree with that 100% because I love it myself. It doesn't bother me that I get up and go to work. Now, I'm a little tired. We've been busting some butt, and I thought it'd be a really great idea because we had a slow 2-week period to go ahead and buff out my entire RV. Oh. So now that big old pig's clogging up our shop space up in Spearfish, and we got 10 cars sitting on the ground.
Don't envy that.
But I still, like we were talking before the show, man, saved a stupid rail, a rail nobody should even consider. And I'm like, we're going to hit her with the 5-pound Kiwi hammer on a repainted rail with known filler chunks. And we ended up glue pulling that sucker out till we glassed it. And
no, you cold glued it, didn't you?
Cold glued 90% of it, just for the fun of it. And to see if we were just trying to see if we could pull the paint off anything. It was going away, and we had a little time to kill. And what other job can you screw up on and come out with the best possible ending?
Right, because worst case scenario is it had to get painted.
Yeah, it was already getting painted. We'd already kicked it.
Yeah.
I'm awesome. Cold gluing every single day. I have to say that. I don't think there's a day that doesn't go by where I'm using that as mostly my finishing tool. You step back and you look at it and go, oh, it's a little tiny bit low. It's, but you see it only from 20 feet away. You get that glue and you just go up there and you hit it once and it's like perfect. I have 3 slide hammers all set up with different. I have my lightweight, my medium, and my heavy.
Yep, I have the light and the heavy always set up, and then I can use my normal hot glue slide hammer if I need a medium one. But,
geez, before we get too deep in all these tools and stuff like that, there's a lot of things coming up along that people need to start planning for a little bit.
Yeah, in the news. Let's get to in the news.
Yeah, well, okay. That's the best sound effect you're going to get tonight, I think. In stereo, both sides. If you don't know, the Anson Open House is May 8th.
Say it again, please.
Uh-oh, Siri's talking to me. We must have said something.
Yeah, hey, okay.
Sure, I understand.
Yeah, go start talking.
That's because you're a smartphone.
Wow, that's kind of weird. Anyway, so May 8th. That's Saturday, May 8th. Thursday and Friday, I'm going to have an IMI event both days at Anson 2.0, and then the big open house is May 8th. Now, we're expecting well over 200 people there. If you're coming in, if you're flying in and stuff like that, flying to DFW or Love, DFW will be closer by about 20 minutes, maybe.
That's the one you suggest flying into, right?
Yeah.
DFW.
It's nice. It's a big one.
It's a big airport.
And then it's about a 35-minute drive down there, and maybe a little bit longer, between 35 and 45 minutes, and you'll be there at your destination. There's a bunch of hotels. We suggest the Best Western is really good. If you have RVs, you have the Jellystone Park, which also has cabins as well. You got the stabbing cabins.
That's right.
And it's very family friendly there. They're not stabbing cabins. They're actually really nice. John has stayed there multiple times, I think.
Yes, I have been at the Jellystone, and
With
May
Yogi
8th,
Bear and Boo Boo.
remember, May 9th is Mother's Day.
Yes, that Sunday is Mother's Day, so make it a nice
So
vacation.
celebrate Mother's Day by taking your wife to Hanson.
Hanson.
Yes.
She will love you forever.
I could pretty much guarantee, like the local crowd, there's probably, just locally, there's probably 100 technicians that are going to show up. And probably, another 100 or more. It's going to be busy. It's going to be great. We missed MTE this year, so it's going to be crazy busy.
It's going to be the event to go to. Yes. I think it's going to be bigger than 200. I'm projecting double that.
Okay. Well, we have the facility to house all those people.
I know.
Yeah. Saturday will be free barbecue and all sorts of good stuff. Giveaways, like we always are known for.
Bacon burn-ins. Bacon burn-ins.
Yeah. Yeah. We only do that when Daniel's in ground, by the way. Or
right.
In town.
Yeah. I made it famous.
I'm getting fatter just thinking about it.
Is there any other events?
The other events, I know Crystal Ellison has a workshop coming up as well, the push metal workshop. You want to check into that. I probably shouldn't mention that first because it comes up first. I believe.
What's it? I'll go look it up while you're discussing this.
Yeah, I don't know exactly when the dates are of that, but besides that, Gene Fetty has his event being held at Anson 2.0 as well. And that is
what's he doing?
The 6th and the 7th. He has his what is it called? It's kind of those groups that you get, business-minded people.
Media groups.
Not a media group. It's more about growing your business and I forgot the name of it.
I'm glad you did your research before we came on.
Well, listen, I apologize. I should have wrote it down because we were just talking about it today, but I'm under a COVID fog. When you get the vaccination, you're actually giving yourself, you're simulating that you have COVID. And I got COVID fog big time. I've had a headache for freaking 4 days now.
Poor baby.
And
all right. Back on track. Push Metal Workshop is March 19th through the 21st.
That's what I said.
Last day to purchase tickets will be March 12th. And then you can find more information at the pushmetal-workshop.myshopify.com. And none of you are going to remember that, so I'm going to put it in the show notes.
Fantastic. What a great idea, John. You're wonderful with those little mousy fingers you got.
3 computer screens does help.
There's something else that Corey Segfeld, he's got a little workshop coming up too as well. He does one-on-one coaching. He's kind of up in your neck of the woods there, Daniel. I think he's in Sacramento or something, somewhere around there. He's got something going on as well. So keep a lookout for that. I don't know what it is, but it is some type of business coaching because he is a one-on-one business coach as well, and he specializes in PDR and the new technicians or the new business owner. He'll help you out. Besides that, let's see, is there anything else? Not really. Not that I could, pull off the top of my head.
No.
There's a bunch of new podcasts out there, for your listening pleasure. We appreciate you always listening to us for the last 4 years. And
260 episodes.
Yeah. I think we've missed 2 weeks and 260 episodes.
Yeah. Do us a favor and like us on all the platforms and give us a review.
Yeah. I like listening to it on Spotify myself. That's where I listen to it every week. But you can also watch this video on YouTube if you didn't know that. And we have it on YouTube and all the other platforms.
Man, our YouTube subscribers have just blown up.
Yeah, it's gone up since we started doing video. So,
yep.
I guess
and from a lot of different countries too. Honestly, I think that's. I think we're hitting a wider audience because we're on video and people in other countries.
Yeah. Well, let's try showing some of these tools that we're going to.
Does YouTube translate for us? Do they do that in other countries?
I don't know.
I wonder.
I don't know. What do you got in front of you there, Vince? Huh?
I got nothing to drink. I'm pretty With the COVID headache I got going on, I don't want to incorporate alcohol.
You're not drinking the NyQuil. You should be drinking the NyQuil.
No.
Or that's later on tonight. That's for night time.
Yeah. I got to be honest. I did have a couple whiskeys yesterday. And I thought maybe that contributed to my headache, but I think it was the vaccination.
I saved up and I hydrated for all day. So I'm down to only 3 pills.
Woohoo!
I've cut my meth in half, so we're licking that addiction. Nope, halfway. I'm on the second dose of my 3, so next week I start 2, and then I go to 1, and by April I will be free of this stupid drug.
Oh, that's awesome, man! And then by May we're gonna have a drink together.
That's right. That's why we're planning. That's why I'm doing all this hard work on my RV, is getting it prepped for the road trip to drive to Ensign 2.0.
That's awesome.
So,
and basically it's 35 that you just drive straight down, right? Or no?
No, I'll actually have to shoot about 5 hours east, and then we shoot straight down till we catch the 35.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so, yeah, we'll blow all the way into Oklahoma before we catch it.
Okay. I got it. All right. So I got this new blending tip on this new hammer I got. Check it out. It's right there. What do you think of that blending tip?
Oh, that's a beast. Now, that is a highly specific blending tip for those of you that aren't watching this thing. Designed to mirror your average body shop texture. Right. You should be able to pound in the dirt look with that. Okay, so that's the Death Star from VIP.
We're joking.
Yeah. So, okay, anyways, I'll change it out because that wasn't what I was trying to point out.
All right, but that's the new VIP blending hammer, is it not?
It is. It's not very, it's not very new.
It's fairly new.
Is it? Well, Peter had sent some over to Anson for us to check out. And I've been using this one. This is my daily use one. It's a little bit shorter.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was going to say that looks like about a 12-inch handle.
Yeah.
So you made them a little longer?
It's a little bit longer.
Yeah, that's good.
It's like 12 and 15.
Yeah.
Now, being a Craftsman hammer guy, I like the feel of wood. I like how it resonates, and I like how it rolls and stuff like that. And the ball
it feels good in your hand.
Yeah, it feels good in the hand. And the ball fits nice in your hand.
Okay.
So I'm double fisting.
The unique thing is one of the screw-on heads is slightly angled.
Yes.
So what that does is, if you look at when you're got the hammer down, you're at an angle. So that little bit of angle flattens it out. So you're always going to hit flat.
So
and when you're using those flat metal tips, that makes a big difference, because when you accidentally tap it with the side of that, that's a divot.
The big advantage is if you're working on a body line contour, like in the middle of the door, and it's reversed angled, so like at a 45 or something like that, you really almost have to have this kind of a hammer. Otherwise, your elbow's sticking way out. It's hard to get it flat. This
Call
thing
it doing
helps.
the duck.
Yeah, the duck.
So this is how I have this one set up. I have a edgy knocker on one side, and then I have the VIP polished knockdown on the other.
Yeah. See, I have a edgy and the leather VIP.
Like that?
I mainly use. I have I got a big blunt tip on one side because I use it as an extension knockdown. So I'm hitting it with my other hammer.
But that's the offset that you're talking about. See how it's tilted down? That's done on purpose.
Yeah.
Just enough to make that difference.
Yeah.
All right. That's awesome.
So, yeah.
Well, I haven't been to Anson in a couple of years, so I haven't got to finger all of the tools in a proper, loving manner like I normally do when I'm in Anson. So,
well, there's another one, and Daniel could maybe you could relate to this. You probably got this tip too. It's another VIP product, and he's calling it the Surgeon, extra small Surgeon.
Yeah,
I mean, that is small. The other one was the Sniper. The next one, the smallest was the Sniper. This is the Surgeon.
So here's the deal on that: is it can be very dangerous. He's telling people, hey, you got to be expert for this one.
Well, see, I would use that one because I will sometimes get a little oopsied with my number one tip. and leave a very sharp little high. And that's where that precise tap down. I've ground my other ones to make that.
The biggest
just to give you a
mistake
comparison.
the biggest mistake you'll make with it is you'll hit it too hard.
Yeah.
And you really don't need to hit it hard at all. And that's the big difference is you want to do really light hits on it. And otherwise you're going to dent the paint.
And you should be doing that with your metal tap downs regardless.
Yeah.
You're not going to get as cowboy as you can with plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there has been some places where I had to use it, especially on aluminum, where you just can't get, sometimes you can't get some movement out of, you'll have a stupid little stubborn high in aluminum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, and you're hitting it and it's not doing anything. And then you take that thing in there and it works.
Well, yeah.
Brute force and anger.
Yeah.
And staying with the vein of VIP, I attached it to this. And this
Right,
looks
look
like
at the size of that sucker.
this is called VIP
HD?
HD. Yeah, sorry. So that's VIP 2.0.
For hot damn, look at the size of that tap down.
Right? The
Yeah,
girth,
there's
it's bigger,
finally one that's gonna.
girthier.
Yeah.
I think he'll probably have to come up with a mini HD as well because I like shorter knockdowns. Even this one's a little bit too long for me. When I generally use a 3.1, which is the half version, not half.
So we finally built something for Ian Cordell to be able to handle.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
For his big old mitts.
So that is a giant knockdown, and you can see how it's recessed where your fingers hold it.
Yeah.
Or if you want,
Are those some like rubber O-rings in there to give a little extra grip?
Yeah. There's rubber O-rings on here. It's one thing that I do not like about some of the guys out there making tools is the choice of O-rings that they're using. They're using cheap O-rings. They don't last very long. And the VIP, not to knock you, Peter, but that VIP hammer used to have those black O-rings on there. And I've had this for about a year now, and they're not there no more. So technically, that would scratch a panel if I didn't have my Magnatech mat around to put it down on, it would scratch a panel.
I bought a bunch of green ones.
Okay.
And I don't know what the composition is for those, but they last a lot longer.
Now, it's a little bit different, too, because I know on VIP, and let me see here, because some of the ones, the O-rings that he has on the Sniper and the regular, there's orange and there's white, and those are both better products than just the black normal O-ring. So I don't know, maybe color signifies.
I wonder if there's some neoprene or some
Yeah.
other material in them.
If you get the cheap ones from China.
And it's not just VIP. It's I see a lot of tools coming through Anson, and
Chinese rubber. It's no good.
you take
Well,
them out of
and,
the bag,
you
and
know,
it's like they have a shelf life at that point.
Yeah, and it's probably less to do on the tool maker, as when it comes to the black ones, they're going to ship you out and tell you it's whatever it is because they're figuring nobody's going to know black is black,
Exactly. That's true.
and you end up getting a load of crap, and that's not what you ordered.
I have a funny story about that because today I finally got an order from China for a product that we were planning on carrying, and the order was for 100 units or 100 pieces. They like saying pieces over there in China. And I ordered 100 of them, and they said that there was 800 of them in the United States, and they would ship between 7 and 10 days, and I would have these new products to show everyone and sell on AnsonPDR.com. And 6 weeks later, it started with, do you mind if I only send you 10? Chinese New Year's coming up. It's like, no, Chinese New Year's like 3 weeks from now. Send me my 100. You have 800 in the States. Send them now. And long story short, I got 20 pieces out of the 100. I got a refund, which Alibaba was going to send me a full refund, but the fair is fair, and I did get 20 pieces, so I paid for the 20 pieces. But, man, be careful when you're dealing with chickadee China, the Chinese chicken. Good Lord.
Well, and Alibaba can be interesting regardless.
Yeah.
So do you have this new VIP, Vince?
I do. That's what I would call his version of well, they call it the light dome, right?
Yeah, cherry tip holder.
Yeah, because you can't really call it a R4 because really there's only one company.
So
that makes an
here's
R4.
what I like about this is if you do hit through or push through, you're pushing with plastic and not metal.
Still destroy a panel in a heartbeat.
Yeah, but
Brute force and ignorance for the win.
you're not
Or
gonna
loss.
do as much damage, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, but those are taking the cherry caps, but they got the flat head on them instead of the sharp dome.
Yeah, because know that's a tactic that Hudson has given us for ages. Is you grind down the
Sand it
R4,
flat.
right?
Yeah. And here's the metal version. This is actually my favorite knockdown.
Yeah, but you're not
Metal
hitting it
knockdown.
without.
I don't put the cherry tip. I'm just using it because the edges are so rounded.
Rounded, yeah,
That's good.
It's really a nice knockdown.
yeah, it's chamfered, so there's no sharp.
It's actually my favorite. I like this thing.
It's not polished though. You don't.
No, I polish mine.
Okay, of course.
I put it on the bench grinder. He never gets it right.
I knew it was coming too. Damn it.
And we got to have Daniel admit that he polishes his knob. So I mean that's good.
What do you polish your knob with, Daniel?
Right here. Actually, that's the next thing I wanted to talk to you guys about.
Polishing our knobs.
Yeah. So, polish.
Creotes.
So,
Fast correcting
Fast
Correcting cream. No, that's for your eyes, Daniel.
this is one of my newest favorite polish.
Now is that for metal or paint?
Paint?
Okay.
But what's better is this dang container or this bottle.
The nozzle, huh?
Yeah, it is. It never clogs. It never clogs. It was designed specifically by them, and you pull it up to squeeze out what you want, and then pull it down, and it clears itself, and it never clogs. It's the best thing.
And that's from Garrett's Garage?
Yep, Garrett's.
Is that how you say it? Jeez, for years I said griots. It's
I don't know how to say it. It's griots, I think. Isn't it griots?
Well, now we're going to have to just go click on a video. Now, are you ordering that from autogeek.net?
Yep.
really you
All
don't
right,
get
I'll
it from
find it.
griots?
Actually, you can buy it from griots or whatever you want to call
Greg's, Grandy's.
But get these bottles because, like, my other bottles that I had in my truck, I just throw them in the back of the drawer, and they just don't last. This thing doesn't break. I dropped this thing; it doesn't crack. It lasts forever, and highly recommend it. And the one I'm using is Fast Correction Cream. Is the one I want. So it breaks itself down when you're using an electric polishing pad.
Is it pretty dusty or no?
No, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Good.
And then I use these new Lake Counties. I got these last year at the show. These were new last year, and they're the new pads from Lake County. I put a post on PDR Tool Time, and they're dual layer. So the second layer is a stiffer foam.
Oh,
so you got, and this is the second one down from the stiffest foam, and it's very forgiving. You can polish, and this is the only two things I use normally on scuffs and dents and everything. For probably about 80% of what you're doing, this will work. Sometimes I'll switch to a wool pad, but most of the time it's just these two items. You want to keep things simple. This is what I use. This is what I recommend.
Well, I do have another thing to show you guys because actually I got quite a few different things. Sorry about the noise there. That's Daniel's ice bucket. Every time he puts it up to his mouth.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
It's so much better than your smacking and eating.
Well, what no one ever hears anymore is me vaping. right?
Yeah.
It's been
Oh,
well
yeah.
over a
I
year,
know.
and you guys don't even acknowledge that.
You saying that, I was thinking, hey, wait a second, I haven't seen you vape in forever. All right, I'm going to click this video and we're going to figure out this name.
Huh?
We're going to learn the name of this. This is the boss.
Jeff Brown with Griot's Garage. We're here.
Griots?
That's the show.
Griot's,
system
okay.
theme.
Rio's Garage. All right.
Okay, so a couple more things. The new Carbon Tech 3-inch and 3.5-inch square carbon fiber square. Look at that color.
Those are sexy.
They're kind of sexy, yeah. So for all you fanboys out there and fangirls of Carbon Tech products, it's a very nice, nicely made aluminum ends. You got 2 magnets on each side, and you could go with a 3-inch or 3.5, and put your favorite knockdown on there. Of course, it's 5/16, 18 thread, the common, and you go ahead. See, me personally, I like a shorter knockdown.
Put that 3-inch next to the regular VIP, the smaller VIP. So put it up. So it's quite a bit shorter.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm liking the 3-inch. I think that's the one.
Okay, and then compare it to the HD.
Yeah, quite a bit difference.
Right, that's big. It's a big one. It's a big.
Actually, that might be the smallest knockdown. I don't know what.
No, the
don't have
what
one
do
of
you call
these,
it? Are like that. The Anson tequila.
These right here.
Yeah,
looking.
Yeah, that should be about 3-inch right there. Here, hold on, Daniel. Here, measure it.
There's the VIP.
Here, hold it up to there.
Oh, there's the VIP. That's a little bit shorter than
That's
the
a
VIP.
3.1 VIP.
Daniel's old and white. That's 13 inches right there.
So 3.1 should be, I think, 3.5 inches long. So that would put the Anson one at 3 inches, I believe. No,
Yeah.
it can't be, can it? No.
And don't forget, for those of you who are addicted to your Craftsman hammer, that Carbon Tech does still have those Craftsman hammer ends on their website.
They do. They do. What else do I got? I got, you know what, I didn't give this guy enough credit back in the day. I picked this up. This is a Cars-Formers blending hammer, and I picked it up at MTE last year. In fact, he gave it at our booth, and instead of raffling it off, I loved it so much that I kept it for myself. So this is the Damascus one, and what I had to do to it was polish the tips because Damascus does scratch. So it wasn't that big of a deal to do it. I just put some polish on there. Actually, I sanded it first and then polished it up. And it's a great blending hammer. It feels very nice in the hands. And I know that he reissued them, but he did not reissue them in Damascus. And I don't think he listened to me.
Where can you get that at? I mean, the Cars Former website is in Russian.
It's yes. There's no English translation.
Not that's working.
Okay, well, Stanislav speaks English very well, and he reads English very well. So if you ever need to talk to Stanislav via Facebook or whatever on the website, he will respond to you in English, which is nice. He has very good ideas, and he's out there repping a whole bunch of Russian companies, which I applaud him for. He makes very nice videos, product videos of those products. He let the cat out of the bag a little bit, though, when he said, and this is one of his products, but he said that Russian products or Eastern European products are not as good as American products. That's why they try to copy our stuff, but it's just not the same quality. And I think Stanislav, at least that's the translation that I read. And so I'm sticking to that. I think our American-made ingenuity and products are better made than Eastern European.
Well, I'm going to put a link to Stanislav's Instagram account. You guys can kind of reach out to him, find him on Facebook. That's one thing that I can find that is going to be good enough.
But Daniel, do you remember when he told us, like the Brazilians, he designed this handle If you see it, it swoops
Yeah.
twice, right? And what he was telling us was like the Brazilians, they choke up on it, and they
hold it weird.
and they dribble when they're doing a rail, and it's like that. And us Americans are back here, you know. However you're rattling it in your hand, you know, back here or whatever. So it's very comfortable and nice in the hands. If you do see these come up for sale, jump on them right away. Don't waste your time. He put 50.
I
up
like
for
that
sale
he's
and it was
doing
gone.
it in different metal because I prefer. I don't. You know that particular metal. What is it called?
Damascus. Yeah.
It's just kind of a gimmick.
And I do believe that Damascus is an etched Damascus, not because you wouldn't have been able to polish it out had it been true multi-layer metal that Damascus is.
I don't know. He told me all I got to do is get some lemon juice, and I do have to keep this polished because they do come back. They do rust back into the.
Okay, well then it probably is a true.
Basically, if you guys don't know what it is, it's got a grain to it. It's
You
like
can see
wood
it.
almost.
See, it's
like-
time for me to polish it. You can see the grain coming back.
Yep.
And that grain will come through on your hits on the paint. And
Yeah, it'll leave the dimples in the clear coat.
Yeah. Literally scratch the clear coat. So,
Yep.
so I'm happy that he didn't make it in Damascus. Did we talk about this already? I've talked about it to so many people. I don't recall if we talked about this already.
Yeah,
We did.
We've
Okay.
discussed it a little bit, and we discussed the differences between them and why you can't just retrofit that bridge onto your normal.
Gotcha.
But it might be a good idea to reiterate real
But
quick.
you know what? It's like, could he sell like the bottom part of the handle and then that, not the whole handle? Maybe. I don't know if that would really save you any money.
You'd have to buy half of the pliers, and
Yeah,
that's going to
buying
cost
half.
you as much as buying the whole plier.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and really, they are for sale just through his website right now, which he told me 20 billion times, but I'm in the COVID fog.
You know, I gotta say, I've used the pliers about 3 times this last week.
Which ones? These?
Just the regular ones.
Oh, yeah.
The regular Fender pliers.
Yeah.
In the last week, and in every situation, one of them was a motorcycle fender, and it was right up on front of the fender. And if you try to push on that thing, it's so far out in front that the whole thing just flexes on you, and you can't get any power on there. And that was the only thing that would have worked on that dent. The other one was a fender well, kind of the same thing, where if you pushed on it, it just would flex too much. And those fender pliers are beautiful, man. They just work so well.
They really should be in everyone's arsenal.
Yeah.
Fender pliers, and don't think that you could get away just with Fender pliers and not edge pliers, because I mean they are two separate. They're two separate things.
Yeah, the edge pliers just dominate on an edge of a door. Excuse me, and they just work extremely well. And talk about being able to push through 2 layers of metal with no problem, but you have a clear line of sight. You can see exactly what you're doing. All the other things that you might have had kind of work, but you just can't see as well or have as much control or as much power as these things.
Right. Well,
My
okay.
opinion.
Well, good.
Next.
I think that's about it that I want to show right now. Oh yeah, there you
No,
go.
I'm going to show off these. So I posted. Did you guys see my video I posted
When?
on the Fender? You commented on it. I know you saw it.
Okay. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So this is the body bag, PDR body bag, and they're basically heavy duty friggin' airbags, and it comes with its own little pump. And I gotta tell you, this thing is friggin' awesome, man.
They are.
And it was really fortunate I had that dent. I'm like, I'm wondering if it's going to work. And so I set up the video, and I'm like, I hope it works. And it took a while. If you're watching the video, it takes a little bit of a while, and then all of a sudden the whole fender just popped.
Oh, on the bedside.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking
on the
bedside. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So the whole thing was caved in, and I told the customer, I think it might be stretched. I can't tell until I get some of the meat out. And I put this thing in there, and it popped. And I was like, yes. And then I ended up using the Fender Pliers on that.
Oh,
too.
really?
Yeah, right on the edge. The edge was really stretched.
Yeah, yeah.
And that whole edge, if I would have put a tool on it, it would have flex,
Sure.
and you wouldn't got anywhere. But these body bags just, right away, it lets you know where you stand with the dent. It takes all the meat out in a couple minutes.
And you leave them inflated and start working the crowns, right?
Yeah. You can actually, leave it in there, and you got something to hit against.
That's what people forget to show in the video. It's like, keep on going.
Yeah.
Now, did you use it on the dent above it and in front of it? Because we all asked you about it, and of course you don't go and revisit your messages ever or your posts.
I'm a seagull.
He's moving forward with it.
Yeah, I'm driving through, looking through the windshield, not the rear view mirror. No, actually, I put that I had really good access to, and just could push it. I pushed it really easily with just a dent tool. I used one of my motorcycle tools.
Okay. Because I really thought that would have done it. I thought if you put it behind that one,
it was too rigid.
Okay.
It was too rigid for that.
I saw the crowns on it, and I'm thinking, man, just put the body bag behind it, knock the crowns down, and be done.
Honestly, I whipped through that thing with just a normal soft tip tool, like in 2 minutes.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, good, man. John, show us some tools, man. What do you got?
All right. So
how much are these body bags anyway?
$350 for the set.
$350.
And you can get them where?
At Anson.com.
Thank you.
It's a
And I
PDR.
put
PDR.
links in the show. Yeah, AnsonPDR.com. /products. We'll put the links in the show notes.
Yeah,
all right,
go to our show notes.
I'm going to kick off our old tools segment. And, a lot of recent talk about old bodyman tools and everything else. Well, here is one of the first rods I was given when I first started doing auto body in 1990. My dad gave me this. He got it after he got out of trade school for auto body in 1968. So he got it from an old guy. So God only knows how old this thing is. It's forged. It's heavy as hell. You got to be about 4 foot long in order to get this kind of weight in a modern PDR tool. But you do not bend this thing. I mean, this thing has seen cars for generations. And the tip, it's been abused. I did a Model
round
A
at one point.
Probably. I can remember doing a Model A Fender, getting it all jacked out and ready to block. It's just been a great tool, but it also started my loathe and hatred for the J-handle tools. And that is when I'm holding here and you're pushing really, really hard, man, it kicks back against your wrist in a funny way.
You're not supposed to hold it like that. You're supposed to outstretch it. Or like, there you go. Yeah. But that's a really big J.
It is, and I'd prefer it if it was closed. But with this thing and the forge that it is, you'd never be able to weld on it. It's just an awesome tool when I need true brute force and ignorance. I call on this guy here. So
that is really cool.
Awesome tool.
That's a good find.
It's probably 70 years old by now.
That's pretty cool. You might have to donate that to the Anson PDR Museum or on loan, of course. Everything is going to be on loan there, so don't be afraid, guys. Oh, I did find one of those washers. Here's the VIP Fat, and he actually has a white washer on that.
Okay.
So that would be a better quality. I'm sorry, not washer, O-ring.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right.
Yep.
There it is. The lasso has been thrown.
Oh, one last thing, just so you know, it's a new item from VIP. He has a 3/8 pushing tip set, and they're all made of the Black Mamba material. Let me pull them out here. So some of you rock out to Dentcraft 3/8 interchangeable tip set. Well, these are, you got your cherry tip right here too. So that's going to accept a black chair rail cap there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you have your sharp tip, and then you have a small little cherry cap one too, which is the medium half dome or light dome.
Nice.
So, and it's all 3/8 thread. So if you have those smaller tools,
So that won't fit in your 5/16.
no, that's
Correct.
industry standard. So you know, gentlemen and ladies, industry standard is 5/16 18 thread. That's what 99.999% of our stuff is here in America. America. If you get over to the Eastern European bloc, even Europe is, gone on to that.
Yeah, finally.
They are not on the metric system with our tools.
And England's on Wentworth.
What's that?
The Wentworth bolt.
Yeah. I don't even.
joking.
Is that even still in use? There's probably some British auto manufacturer that.
When I got my first BSA tank, and I'm like trying to mount the dang thing to my vise, and I'm like, I'm trying every bolt I have, and I'm like, I call up the guy, dude, none of these bolts. What is this thread pattern? Oh, that's Wentworth. And Wentworth, and I go, okay, so I'll go online and I'll buy some of those Wentworth bolts, right? Oh no, you have to order those from England, and they're harder than heck to get. And I had a local BSA guy here, and I went over to his garage. Hey, I need to rob some bolts from you, and he had some bolts that I stole.
Yeah, I ran into it on an old Rolls Royce once.
Most
That's
of the
the reason why I
Americans,
know
they'll
what it
drill them out and they'll rethread them.
Tap them. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, cool. All right. Well, listen, we showed you a bunch of new tools tonight. I hope you our listening and viewing audience is happy with all those. We
And
have
most of those you can get at hansonptr.com.
yeah.
And those that you can't, I'm providing links for.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we do have that big mystery guest coming up on our episode here soon. I'm not going to say the name because I had to go back and bleep all that stuff after I had posted. Totally forgot to edit that out. So for some of our listening audience knows who that special guest is.
Oh, you did not.
I did. I was listening
man.
back. I'm like, oh no. So
Awesome.
yeah, it was,
We had to push it back a week because there was some sickness in the family. So
Yeah.
we're going to be pushing it back 1 week.
okay.
But
it's going to be worth tuning.
we actually have some other I've got a couple other special guests coming on too that I'm really excited about, and new tools and stuff. So stay tuned for all that. Also, a little mention for our friends over at Mobile Tech RX. Man, love you guys. I'm just killing on the estimates, man. I did an estimate for a dealer. I got to share this real quick. So this guy buys a brand new Mustang GT Cobra, right? Brand new, takes it into the dealer, gets it back with dents right on the roof and right on the rail, right on the driver's side. That's the first thing you look at because the car's low, and it was this kind of matte gray. It was like a light gray with a black roof, so it had 2 dents. So I do an estimate on it, and so I put in, and they're just small dents, right? And so glue pulling on the rail and then taking down the headliner. Well, the headliner was $400 to pull down the headliner.
Wow.
And so I got $900 for these 3 little dents.
Oh, fantastic.
And I did them today, and I did it in record time. I'm not going to say how long, but I did it in record time, and I was very joyful with myself.
Did you use cold glue on it?
Actually, I did start with cold glue. That's interesting you say that, because it had one significant dent that was, I had to get a tool on it. But the other one in the roof, there was one next to it, was really light. One pull, done.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to knock it down.
Nice.
It was beautiful. Yeah.
The perfect.
Yeah, the rail I had to glue pull because it was right on the edge, and that one took me some time. And I was using actually Anson's collision glue today, so our weather is really perfect for glue pulling right now, and it worked beautiful because getting right on that body line, it's tough. You got to pull hard, and that new Anson collision hard pull is freaking phenomenal.
That stuff's not even out yet.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Never mind. I didn't say anything.
No, it's
I didn't say anything. Ignore what I said.
Hey, if you want to keep something a secret, never give it to Daniel.
Oh, yeah. And you're a big secret keeper. Yes. Mr.
Good
Gossip.
Good times.
All right, we're going to have to carry on that conversation after the show. So on this note, Daniel, what do you got to say?
Guys, level up your tools.
Don't do stupid stuff.
And keep it stiff. Thanks for listening.
Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with all the industry and tool-related news every week.
Visit AnsonPDR.com for the largest selection for just about all your PDR tools, where you'll find hog glue and hog tabs.